Going, guys, it's Doc. Today we have some big 2025 crypto predictions from two Degens. Crypto Moses, how we doing? Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you so much for letting me be here. I'm super excited. I love your videos, so this is going to be fun. I'm excited about these predictions. This is going to be a fun conversation.
Yeah, I'm excited we're doing this. We actually tried to film this yesterday. Of course, we had some technical difficulties on my end, but we're making it happen here. We got some big things planned here for you. Should we just jump in? Jump into some of these?
Let's get started. 100%.
Sweet,
So
let's do it.
real quick, you guys are structured. He's going to give us his prediction. Then I'm going to give us my prediction from it. We'll go over it. We'll have a little back and forth on it. We're really hoping the video gives you guys value here. And we've got a trade open that we were talking about why we took it earlier. We were looking at the TA on it, so we'll go over that. And don't forget two things. Click subscribe to Mr. InvestWithDoc. And you can subscribe to the Crypto Moses if you'd like as well. But we also do have the BTCC link below, and we'll show you guys a little bit on that exchange here at the end of the video. So stay tuned to figure out how to make money and get free access to free money from just depositing. All right? But let's get started.
You got me pumped. Like, I'm excited. Count me in.
Let's go. I'm really pumped about these predictions. You got some great data. That's the thing that your audience needs to understand. The guy really puts in time to get the right data. So this is exciting. All right, here we go.
I feel like, yeah, just my second nature. I do like to think I'm a data guy. So yeah, let's get in. First prediction here. The Bitcoin ETFs will have a total inflow of over $70 billion. And let me just kind of build a little bit of a thesis here for you. We're looking right here, year one, collectively, the Bitcoin ETFs over $36 billion. That's this gold bar that we're seeing here. The blue one, I guess blue or black one, this is gold's ETF in the first year, around $2.5 billion of inflow, and year two over doubled that. So my thesis is if we have $36 billion in Bitcoin inflows year one, I think we can easily double that. I think we're going to have more adoption coming in, right? We have companies trying to do a strategic reserve. We have President-elect Trump coming in about a week. Rumors that he might announce a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Other companies, Meta is going to vote to see if they want to keep Bitcoin on their balance sheet. I think if all goes well and Trump announces this Bitcoin strategic reserve, we're going to blow past $70 billion in inflows. Just my thought. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe I'm over bullish. What do you think, Moses?
Well, I actually have a stat here I found. Give me one sec.
You're coming with the data.
I'm trying to. I think I got an idea. What is that first year number? What does that say to you from what you see it?
For gold or for Bitcoin?
For gold.
Yeah, I think gold, it probably had some difficulty gaining traction, right? Maybe people weren't exactly ready for it. I think gold in some ways kind of has a slow and steady approach. Maybe it took some time before it really built momentum in years 6, 7, 8, and 9. So maybe a slow starter.
So, okay. What I was thinking is I do agree with you. We have huge potential that we're going to get a lot higher inflow this year, specifically with catalysts like President Trump, right, doing the strategic reserve, and in this specific case, companies investing their money in it. Because here's the thing, if you guys think about it, we don't see a lot of companies investing in gold. Like, it is not a normal thing for me to hear a company tell me, hey, on our balance sheet we have gold. But it is a normal thing to hear it that it's on Bitcoin, right? And Tesla is actually the first company that made that a norm, if you remember that, right? So yes, you are right. There is a possibility it could do this, but here's a couple of things. One, Bitcoin or gold ETF, that first year one of that was in 2004. I just looked that up, right? So I found that. And our first year of ETF was now, right? So if you think about the inflation and the CPI, that's going to change that number, right? The inflation calculator is going to like tell us like a completely different number. I'm trying to, but it won't let me calculate it with 2 billion. So I don't necessarily know if you're going to compare it apples to apples, what that number will be. Right. So yeah, maybe you're right. We could double it. But at the end of the day, we're only going to do that with catalysts. If there's no catalysts, I think we'll probably hit 50 to 55 billion. And if it's a bear market, we might actually drop down to under what we did this year, which until could cause a catalyst effect to keep pushing the bear market worse for 2 more years. So it's a tough prediction, specifically due to all the requirements catalyst-wise. But I will say we need to think about inflation. So my prediction, $50 billion for year 2, specifically if there isn't much of a bear market.
You brought up 2 really important things that I just want to make sure the listeners heard. 2 important things. A, you mentioned the gold ETF came out over 20 years ago, and we do need to account for some inflation. So I think that's a really important, maybe another view on it. And then the second thing that I wanted to comment on that you talked about, and I think you hit the nail on the head on it, is there's 2 sides to every coin. Yes, the ETFs can help with inflows, but they can also sell as well, right? We saw last week there was some pretty interesting outflows from the Bitcoin ETFs because there was some uncertainty, right? The jobs data came in better than expected. There was fears of inflation. So that's a really interesting point. There could also be outflows, which could maybe make that $70 billion inflow kind of tough.
Yeah, but great prediction, though. Great start to the year. Great to see how fat it is compared to what we saw first, right? Like gold compared to I mean, again, another positive to this is like Bitcoin is digital gold. And you know what that chart is guaranteeing me is it is digital gold. That's what that chart's telling me, right? Like if you're telling me Bitcoin's not digital gold, I'm just going to say you're a freaking idiot because it is. There's actual ETFs of people investing institutional money into it, right? Back then, yeah, you could tell me it's not because that wasn't happening. Now it is. So, yeah, 100%. Great prediction.
You know what? We're going to have to track this throughout the year. And as we're going through these, I think we're going to have to, do multiple live streams, but also we're going to have to do a live stream at the end of 2025, see what we got right, see what we got wrong.
I'm down. I really would like to do these more often and then go down these predictions and see where we're at. Oh, we got the TA.
The TA. So prediction number 2, I think this cycle is actually going to play out very similar to the 2021 cycle. And specifically what I mean by that is we've all heard sell in May and go away. I think we're going to have a double top just like we did in 2021. Right here, it was that April-ish vibe. We kind of peaked up. We hit high 60,000s. We took a little bit of a dip in the summer, only for us to then rally back up in November and hit that $69,000. Personally, I get bullish when I see this, but I've heard some folks say, maybe there's a little PTSD involved with this, right? We all remember Elon going on SNL, pumping Doge. And from that, we kind of got that second sell-off. So I think there is going to be a double peak. I wouldn't be surprised if, maybe it's front run a little bit this year just because we hit new all-time highs earlier this cycle, right? We actually hit it in the halving year versus the post-halving year. So I think this could be front run a little bit. Maybe we see the first kind of double peak in March, and then we come back and we end October, November, right? I think crypto investors, after maybe they have a cycle underneath their belt, they're a little bit smarter and they might realize, okay, I need to front run this a little bit. So look for my prediction number 2, a mid-cycle peak in March-ish for us to then come back and have this double peak in late November 2025. What's your thoughts on this?
I love that assumption and strategy on it. I think that's actually really good. And I've got some points to prove to why maybe you are right on that. And I got another point, and I want to ask you this. I know this wasn't on our list, but I want to ask your prediction on Ethereum, and I'll show you why here in a second. But you want to pull up my screen there?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's pull yours up, add it to the stage.
All right, you guys. So we've got BTC. All right, and let's hide all of our TA that we do in the live every day. So I 100% agree with Doc. All right, you guys, I agree with Doc in this. You've got, oh, damn, if I start drawing, it pops up. I'm sorry, everybody. You've got 2 points here that are higher, right? But then if you look at the map here, they're lower. And this is RSI. So you guys, we saw that bearish momentum. So what we're looking for here is another big set of bearish momentum. And you want to know something? We technically are kind of seeing that now.
Wow.
Right? We are technically seeing that now with your exact strategy here. Right? We got this. We got this. It's just a bigger cycle here. Because from here to here, you guys, we're looking at, let's just do top points to top points. We've got 217 days. From here, you've got 280 days. I don't know, Doc. You might have just actually predicted the start of the bear market for just a little bit. Okay? And I will say this. There's one more thing to think about in regards to how big the drop was. Okay, everybody? So, like, from here to the bottom, it took 63 days, and it was down 54%. That sounds like a lot of money. And that is a scary amount, specifically at, like, where we are with ETFs and institutional money. But you guys, if it were to drop 50%, we'd only go down to 50K, right? We'd only go down to 50K. Yes, again, that does sound shitty. That's a 50% drop, but that literally reloads the gun for hopefully 250K, 300K. And the way I see it is the faster we get through the bear market, the faster we're back to a freaking bull market, right? Like, because it's only two options. We're in a bear and a bull run. So the sooner it does end, the better. And if Doc is right from even the RSI price action, I do think we might have the possibility to be in a light bear market. And preferably it is this bear market and it only drops 20%. We get down to 80, 83. If the TA is correct, we might bounce down to here at 80K. Right? So my prediction would be that this is the bear market for a little bit anyway. We're going to hit 80K and we're going to see a bounce. We're going to see it stabilize, and we're going to surpass. And I'm hoping from there on we get to the 120, 130, 150, you know, because then this is unlimited. That means these ETFs will have hundreds of millions of inflows, specifically if this price keeps moving up, right? Because the more people see it profitable, the more people are going to do it.
Interesting. Yeah, I like what you said there about, like, maybe we might take a little bit of a dip before we kind of rock it up. And I think that's a possibility that people should just keep on their radar, right? None of us have crystal balls, but like you had mentioned, maybe we go back, touch that trend line before we really set up for this big bull run that people are talking about. Another thing that you said, and I hear your ETH prediction, I haven't forgot about it. The other thing that you mentioned was like maybe a milder bear market, right? And the ETFs could really have an interesting play on that, right? Maybe less folks sell just because there's new outlets, new money coming in. So maybe, and I hate kind of insinuating maybe this time is different, but maybe the pullback isn't as dramatic this year, right? That's going to be something that I think we should watch too, as soon as we kind of get closer to the end of 2025.
Yeah, perfectly said. 1,000% agree. It's 100% how I feel about it. 100%. It's a crazy thing to think that we're gonna. Here's another thing. Okay, if one of those catalysts occurs from what you had mentioned earlier, it changes the whole perspective. The whole chart's gonna change. The wave will completely change. Right? This will change into a sense of we might just be the end of the bear market here and then shoot up. And here's the thing. Okay, again, that last one was 90 or 63 days we saw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, we didn't have institutional money before, right? We'd have to go all the way to here. So let's draw this. Damn, that sucks. That's okay. At least it's here. So, yes.
Nice. You know things are getting serious when we're busting out all the indicators.
Man, because we got to figure it out.
Yep.
The sooner we predict, the more money. Look. We're in a trade right now. We were talking about this earlier. And we're up 47% using the BTC link. Again, BTCC link. His is below. I definitely recommend you guys just use that bad boy. You can make it a count. I think you also have the same promo I got with like the yeah, bro, it's so beneficial. My users love it. If you've been following, help support our boy. But literally, easy trade. We see the double top, right, from a smaller time frame. Entered as a short. We have our take profit here, which is a 2% win, and we have our stop loss here. And I did 100x this. So the margin on this bad boy is 193. So all it cost me, you guys, was $193 to open this trade. We're up 52%. roughly on the trade right now, and the total profit is $98. And we opened this bad boy today. I think like an hour and a half ago, maybe 2 hours ago. So an hour for $100 on an easy trade with low risk. And I took it only with $200 margin because I was a little hesitant. I was a little hesitant because of the RSI, but I still at least wanted to get in the trade. And, shameless plug, if you want to learn to trade the way we do with all this TA, go to the channel. I actually will walk you through what each one of these lines means, you guys, because the most important thing is knowing your support and resistance points, knowing the channels, knowing where they're at. This was actually the channel reason I took that short. We just saw so many touch points, but we'll do that another day. Let's get back to finishing these predictions. And I hope you guys are enjoying it. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, hit the like button down below. You guys heard him. Things change quick, right? So you need to be following someone in the space. Let us do the work for you, right? Crypto Moses, his link's going to be down below. Give him a follow. We're going to check out his page shortly. Some awesome TA there, like for real. Some really, really good analysis. I feel like I just learned something there.
Nice.
So yeah, I think we kind of hit the nail on the head on that one. Should we
I'm sorry.
I
gotta say, I forgot. I just want to show this real quick so everybody sees it. I did this earlier on the private Discord that we got, but I really, really want to show it to you guys, right? You guys, check this out. This is so crazy to think about, okay? When we look at the week marks, okay? You guys, Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin and Ethereum. All right, you guys. On the left, we have Bitcoin. On the right, we have Ethereum. Okay? And we can see from here, you see where I'm hovering the mouse, everybody? It matches on the Ethereum side. Like where I'm hovering it here, excuse me, it shows you where it is on Bitcoin. So we can see here that Bitcoin at that point was lower than this point and this point. Right? So what I mean by that is from here to here, we went up in price on Bitcoin, but not on Ethereum. And then from here to here, we went up again on Bitcoin, not on Ethereum. And you can see that with this white line. Mm-hmm. So I have a lot of fear that Ethereum and some of these altcoins are not going to be able to reach new all-time highs because they keep making lower highs, not higher highs. Right? Where Bitcoin is making higher highs. I would invest my life savings into Bitcoin. I would not invest my life savings into Ethereum. All right, there's that prediction.
And dominance is kind of showing us that, right? Dominance has continued to creep up, which just goes to show for those that are new here, right? Dominance tells us how much of the cryptocurrency market is in Bitcoin. And we just keep creeping up, right? We were at 54% like a couple of weeks ago. We're back to 56, 57%, right? At the end of the day, the king will take his throne. We're not in alt season yet.
Yeah, well said. Great point. It's right there, 57.1%.
I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. I know we're talking about Ethereum. I'm actually curious. You're doing a lot of really good TA here. Where do we top out for ETH 2025?
Man, that's such a shitty question because I love ETH. I'm so sorry. I love ETH, and I'm so sad that I even had to say that prediction. But I think if we're going to use TA and not like think emotional, right? We're going to follow this trend line, right? And I do see ETH stabilizing here if we get another little Bitcoin run up. But I think we're just going to kind of range in between this little window. Unless for any magical reason there's a big ETF inflow and we break through here. Because if we break through here, we have a chance to break through here. Because we have to, here's the thing, you guys. I'm going to make a new color here. We need to break through this white line and this white line. Without those two, doesn't mean shit. We're going to just keep going down. 100%. Because we have to beat previous price action to create new positions. Right? And you'll learn that through the channel. But that's the trick. So to me, with all these, with the down sentiment that you can clearly see, I do believe we're actually going to get more lows. And something even worse. Like you can see here, we've got, it's topped out here. And it's topped out here, so it's higher. But here we're lower. So that's not bullish divergence. That's, again, bearish divergence. Right? And you can even see that. See that? This RSI thing, it tells us that this is bearish. It does the work for us. All right? So, like, we see that. So I do again, support your sentiment of it being a possibility of a bear market in the next couple of months, giving us a chance to reload the gun. And I think we'll reload it faster. I don't know. Like, the problem is, too, we can't necessarily – we could do this. We could say from this high to this high, how many days was that? 196 days, right? So, I mean, we got a long ways to go if we think about it that way. But, again, that doesn't align with Bitcoin's numbers either, so I don't know.
Interesting. So if someone forced you, what is your 2025 prediction? I know that's tough, right? Everyone wants a number.
2025 end of year or like middle? Where do you want me to say it?
Peak. I would say peak wherever ETH tops out.
Oh, it's already topped out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In my prediction, it's already topped out. That's why it's a depressing ass prediction, right? Because no. I'm sorry, because 2025 we had actually started here. Yeah. So 2025 we started here. So I would say top is anywhere from 38 to 37, and that's if we get another little run up. I think that's going to be the new top. Because, right, I'm just looking – you guys, best way to explain how I'm making this prediction is I am just looking under this white line, the white diagonal line, right? I'm looking just under that, and then I'm also looking around here in hopes that's like, okay, that's going to be the window it's going to range in, right? If it breaks through, then I'm fully wrong, and I definitely think it could hit 48K, 100%. If it breaks through this line and supports itself anywhere up here, because we're getting a cap, 100% 48K, or 4,800 minimum, right?
That's interesting because that is similar to my predictions as well. I think ETH in the short term is going to have a lot of difficulty breaking the prior all-time high. I think it's kind of a 5,000 is kind of a psychological number, right? And folks who maybe bought the top last cycle may be thinking, hey, I just want to wash my hands. They've seen Solana, they've seen Sui, they've seen all these AI agent plays rocking and rolling. They're like, I want to put my money in a faster horse. So I agree with you in the short term. I do think ETH could show some weakness into breaking its all-time high. I will say if we kind of get over 5,000, you just gave a lot of really good TA analysis. My day job, I'm a psychiatrist, so I kind of like to think I've maybe a little market psychology here. I think getting over 6,900 could be really tough. We're still showing an increase from prior year, but I think breaking 7,000 could be really tough. So maybe that, double peak that we have end of 2025 could be an idea. I know it's a little bit of a reach from here, and that assumption is based off if the crypto market really starts blowing up, right? We get the strategic reserves, maybe we get staking ETFs. I think that could potentially move the dial a little bit, but a lot of unknowns. And speaking of unknowns, there's a lot changing in the crypto market, right? That's why you subscribe to folks like us. Yeah. Let us do the work for you, right? Let us kind of, scrounge YouTube, be all over Twitter, and then we can present that info to you guys. Prediction number 3, shall we?
I'm ready.
All right. This one, I'm going to bring my screen back up. All right. Prediction number 3. And this was maybe a good segue, right? We're just talking about other alts. My prediction number 3 is that we not only get a Solana and an XRP ETF, but we actually get a total of 4 altcoin ETFs. It sounds like believe it or not, we have our first decision on a Solana ETF. I covered this in a video a couple days ago in literally just 2 weeks. January 23rd and 25th could be the earliest that we get a Sol approved ETF. If that happens, I think it would not be unreasonable. Maybe if we got like a Litecoin ETF or an Avalanche or another ETF that I'm thinking of, we might have kind of a combination ETF, maybe a 80-20 Bitcoin ETH or even a 50-50 Bitcoin ETH. So my prediction is we get a total of 4 altcoin ETFs. Moses, did I miss the mark here? Am I way off? Am I just kind of hyperbole? Do you think more or less? What are your thoughts?
When I was thinking about this, you guys, I'm a little bit on the other end of the spectrum. And that's just because I just showed you the TA on Ethereum, right? Like the fact that we're not getting higher highs, I feel as if the market's going to continue on a not necessarily parabolic approach, but more of a downtrend for some of these altcoins. Now, I do believe XRP will get an ETF, right? And that's because it has so much fundamentals. It just won a huge lawsuit. It literally just did 200% here. Let me check the chart. Pretty sure. I mean, this bad boy. And right now, it's back to almost its all-time high again. Right now, it's up. It's only need 8.17% to get up there. You guys, look at this. XRP in the last 91 days has done 429 goddamn percent. It's one of my sexiest bags, right? So, the point is, XRP has that potential. Solana, I can't say the same for it. Last 91 days? Dude, Solana's done what? Oh, dude, we're right here. 20%? So to me, if they're not doing anything parabolic, they're not going to catch the attention of these big-ass regulators, right? So Solana, probably not, in my opinion. XRP, yes, right? Fundamentals, the law is now behind its side. It's technically a centralized system, which is ironic, right? You're literally it's pretty stupid. You get the benefits of crypto, but then you get the negatives of the real money. So I don't understand that, but it's okay. People want to do it that way. And that's the point of why I would believe XRP. Now, the others, avalanche of those, not until we see some sort of big catalyst or some sort of big narrative that moves them 30 to 40% more in a couple of days, and it's a continuous thing for a while. Then people will go, all right, these are moving market caps. We need ETFs. So I think that's the catch to that. So, no, my prediction, we're only going to get it in XRP. We have the highest probability there. I don't think we'll get it on the rest.
I don't think XRP is unreasonable at all. And you brought up some really great points. Brad Garlinghouse, the Ripple CEO, right? Everybody saw the picture with him on Twitter. They're ISO compliant. That's a really big narrative right now. So they got that going for them. They kind of gained a lot of street cred, right, with their case against the SEC. I could totally see an XRP ETF hitting the market. And I think maybe a bold prediction, that would actually outperform the ETH ETF, right? Not only that, it has a smaller market cap, so the same amount of money will move it farther. So that's going to be a really interesting one to follow. I agree. It probably would be a stretch if an avalanche or things like that got approved, but we'll see. It's crypto moves fast. And I think a lot of this is really going to ride on what pieces of legislation come down from Trump, Congress, Senate, kind of how that ball starts rolling. If we don't get any big, executive orders or bills passed, that one could be tough for sure.
No, I was perfectly said. Perfectly said.
All right, we're going to move on to our fourth prediction. But before we do that, if you guys are getting any value out of this at all, consider hitting the like button, subscribing. I'm going to have Crypto Moses' channel down below. Definitely give him a follow. You guys saw a ton of awesome TA. Does a lot of really good teaching and education on leverage trading and a lot of the different indicators, because I know kind of looking at TradingView sometimes it can be overwhelming. So he's definitely worth a follow. Check him out, link below. Our last prediction. I tweeted this earlier today. I had mentioned there are going to be new $1 billion with a B market cap memes and AI projects that hit this bull cycle that haven't even been released yet, right? Everybody thinks, oh my gosh, what am I late to the party? Did I miss out? FOMO. Guys, there are going to be projects that haven't even been released yet that are going to give you the 50, 100, maybe even 500x, right? If it's hitting $1 billion market cap. Now, obviously, the tough thing is catching these, finding them, getting them early, because there's some risk associated with that. But I truly believe we are going to have both a meme and maybe even multiple AI projects that hit $1 billion this cycle, haven't even been released yet. What are your thoughts on this?
So this is probably my favorite prediction. I 1000% agree. You guys, my channel is based on meme coins. I've got something called the 10 Commandments of Crypto. It's the best way to kind of protect yourself is why I do it. You should check it out on the channel. But realistically speaking, I do this because of meme coins. That's where I originally, besides trading, that's where I really found some fun in the games, right? So realistically speaking, everybody should be in the meme coin market and not putting your whole balance in. Also trying to do some extra research, right? But realistically speaking, every year we see 2 to 5 meme coins hit billions of dollars. Doesn't matter if we're in a bear or a bull market, I found out. In a bull market, we're going to see 10 to 20. In a bear market, we'll see 5 to 10. Right? So just know the odds are available. Right? And some people are always like, oh, it's like the lottery. Well, the lottery is only like one player once per month. And it's actually kind of a different game because there's nothing for you to learn. There's nothing for you to research. You know?
Yeah.
That's my I hope that helped. I hope that made it easy to understand.
I think you hit the nail on the head here. And you had mentioned, like, yeah, there are going to be a lot of projects here. Obviously, meme coins, they are inherently maybe a little more risky, but like you had mentioned, we're not putting our entire bags in this. And you know, Sam, my financial friend, another great channel, he had mentioned in one of his videos, meme coins are a great way to hit it early, but maybe a similar return with less risk is leverage trading, right? Is leverage trading. We kind of showed that earlier. You had made 50% in like an hour, right? And some basic TA. So we're going to leave some links down below. Before we finish up, where can people find you?
I mean, just go to YouTube, Real Crypto Moses. Easy. You can also find me on Twitter, Real Crypto Moses. Don't hesitate. Ask questions, you guys. I'm part of the Patreon for the Crypto Vault. So, like, you guys can always check that out. Crypto Kickstarter. We're here to make it easy for YouTubers to get, or honestly, just anybody to learn about the crypto world. So please don't hesitate, and reach out if you have any questions. Do check out the channel. Watch the videos. If you're a Shiba fan, I research the news on Shiba because Shiba drives the entire meme coin market. And I do TA every day on our live and our paid Patreon, and I love it. And we do the TA because that's how I make my trades. And the more TA I do, the more trades I take. Right. And we look for confluence and good reasons to enter a trade. We don't just guess on a trade. We always want to take the best risk possible and at the same time set a good risk to reward ratio. So if you guys want to learn any of that, definitely follow, click subscribe. Another thing too, try to use leverage trading, but be smart about it. Right. And again, watch videos on how to do it beforehand. But I love it because you don't need a lot of money to make money. People are always like, you need tens of thousands, 100,000. No, you don't. You need a $2,000 balance and a $200 margin play per play times 10. And you just do it consistently. And if me and Doc here can make more lives like this, we will for you guys. If there's something specific you guys want me to answer, ask Doc. I got you. We'll make the video for you. We're not doing a live today. We're doing a video. But soon we will. We'll make it easy on everybody. And we appreciate you watching. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. If you guys got any value out of this, hit the like button, subscribe, follow Crypto Moses, and we will see you guys on our next one.
Peace.